We got this beauty back in the shop. It is time to start tearing into this. We got to finish the snow plow bracket that we started forever ago. We got to get that finished on this. We got to get the lift kit. I have a lift kit for this. We got to get that on. We got new front suspension I need to put on. Change out the old blown out ones. And if we get real ambitious, I gotta pull the rear subframe off and mock up a lift for the back. We got a lot to do. And if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'm trying to build this channel, trying to do some cool stuff. Every like, every subscribe, every comment helps. Let's get the word out. I appreciate you guys. Battery, of course. Alright, so I got these new strut assemblies for my car. The ones on there are the OE stock. They got 200,000 miles. They're pretty much shot, so these aren't hard to put on, get off. I got these 3 nuts on the top holding it to the top. It's got a spot down here for 2 bolts. Hooks to the knuckle. Nothing to it. And on the car it looks like this. You got your 1, your 2, and your 3 right there. And then that'll fall down. Come down here, and you got 1 here, 1 right here, and that'll come off the knuckle. Here's your knuckle. You gotta take this out right here. Your sway bar link, you gotta take that out. You gotta undo brake line, bracket, take that out. Fairly simple. Now the lift kit I got, well, the lift kit I got actually goes up all the way up there, and where it bolts on with those 3 bolts, it will bolt to the 3 bolts, and the 3 bolts will bolt to the top of the wheel well. So it's a stock height strut. It ends up just pushing it down, gives you an inch of clearance. I was looking over here, let's see if I can get a good shot of this. I was looking over here. I'm trying to figure out a way where we can move this up so that this bottom bolt will actually be this top bolt, and then have some sort of bracket or plate that will go and connect to this. So that'll give me a couple extra inches of lift. It's very redneck, but I'm curious to see if we could do this. Some people also suggest doing a subframe drop. You stick something in here, drop this down. There's a point here, and there's a point right here, and there's 2 on the other side. It'll drop this whole subframe down. It'll drop your A-arm down, give you a couple inches. I may do a combination of all 3 of these. I'm really curious though on this. I wonder if we can drop it up. I wonder if we can move that up, get ourselves some free inches there. I don't know. We'll see what I can do. I just picked up these new sockets at Harbor Freight. I don't remember what they called them, but they got a spot here to put on an impact, but they also have a spot where if you can't get an impact in, you could put a wrench on it and spin it. But what I have found to be extremely handy about them is that they work really good as pass-through sockets. I was going to buy a whole set, but I spotted these, and I don't need to buy one now. I got these. They work fantastic, better than expected. So 5 stars, Harbor Freight. Go pick you up some. I forget what they're called. And if you have a 7/8 ratcheting wrench, you could just sit here and ratchet them. I don't have a ratcheting wrench, but look at that. Came right off. No problem. Just like that. Comes right out. Fairly simple. Man down. Alright, this is fairly straightforward. Pretty obvious. Just take those off. Slap this on here like that. Put them back on. And this will give you, in this case, it's 1.5 inches. These are 1.5 inches. I think with the 1.5 inch spacer here, and if we can move this up on that knuckle, get some sort of bracket designed, that'll give us 3 plus 1.5 inches, 4.5 inches. I want to get 6 out of it. I don't think anyone's ever lifted this car more than 4 inches. I want to get 6 out of it. I think that'd be hilarious. 6-inch lift on one of these. But if I do a subframe drop, like I said, get another 2 inches. That'll be around 6 inches probably. But we'll see. See what happens. Alright, a little update. I was going to do a sub, I was thinking about that, but I'm going for ground clearance, and with the snowplow bracket, you can see that yellow, it's attached to that. If I drop that, it'll mess the snowplow bracket up. I'll have to start completely over on that. On the other side, there's a motor mount attached to it. There's just extra things, extra steps involved. There's a lot more complications to do a subframe drop, so I don't think I'm going to do that. But I did take lower control arm out, and I'm thinking that I can make a bracket to sit in there where it was and drop it down and just create a mirror image of that one down here. And then same thing here, that the control arm slid in there and it bolted. Well, I'm thinking I can get it underneath. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm thinking I can get it bolted to the bottom of that somehow. And then that'll, so instead of sitting here, it'll be sitting down here, and that'll give me the, 1.5 inches, 2 inches I'm looking for. But, and it'll help with the ground clearance, so I won't have this big thing sitting close to the ground. I'll just have like just a little bit right here, a little bit right there. I think it'll be better. I don't think it'll be unsafe in any way. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, that's where we're at now. Alright, so I went underneath where the lower control arm, where it slides in. I just traced the bracket that I want to make. I just traced it against that control arm, so there'll be this piece that I'm going to cut out of here. Will be all the way up against the control arm. This is where the lower control arm bolts to the frame, and then these two are just holes that are in it. I'm going to use these holes to bolt the new mount to it, up to it, and then that control arm, this will be sitting about 2 inches, and that control arm will slip in here, and then it'll bolt through here. So it's essentially the same thing. It'll be exactly the way it is on the cart right now, except for it's going to be exactly below it, bolted to it. So it'll give me about 2 inches of drop on that lower control arm. It'll help the camber, because the way it is with that lower control arm, if you drop it, it doesn't drop straight. It kind of pulls in, and then your wheel sits weird. But if you, with dropping that control arm, it's going to let that wheel sit more vertical, and it won't burn up my tires. I won't have the clearance issue that I would have if I dropped the whole subframe. I think this is going to work a lot better, but I just need to cut out a couple of these. This one, the top one, is going to have all the extra holes to bolt to the frame on the car, and then I'll cut a second one out, and all it's going to do is have this one so that you can run a bolt through. And yeah, it's getting more complicated than I intended, but I think it's going to work out pretty good. I got a good feeling about this. I can't see anything at all possibly going wrong. So. Alright, I just got done fitting this up, and it fits pretty good, right where I need it to be. There is sort of a jog though in the frame where the A-arm slips in while it jogs up like a 1/4 inch. So I marked out here, I need to put like a 1/4 inch, it's like 3/16, like a 3/16 spacer right here. All this fits really nice and flush, no gap, but there's a gap right here. I was looking around trying to figure out what to use, and my pack rattedness comes in handy again. I got this old crash bar off of for an F-150 I worked on. We didn't need it, it's a brand new piece, and I just put it in my scrap pile. I just pulled it out to see. I don't remember how I had this now, but I had this on here, and it fits almost exactly what I need. This little piece here fits almost exactly how I need it to. There we go. It'll sit flush there, flush there. I'll just trim that. A little hole fits wherever that hole is. Covers all of this that I need. It's perfect. Alright, got it down there. Gotta do a little bit of trimming. But yeah, it's pretty much flush there. Gotta trim up here a little bit. So you gotta flatten it out a little bit. It's got a ridge. I'll just flatten that. It's gonna work great.